Hello everybody and welcome back to Ashley Shamise. So today I am going to be talking to you about 3 things that I wish I would have known while working in a toxic workplace environment, part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1, watch part 1 first and then head on back here so we can talk about 3 more things that I wish I would have known while working in a toxic workplace environment. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. So number 1, be cordial with your coworkers, but do not overshare. Number 2, only attend mandatory after work workplace functions. And number 3, never share what you like about your job. Now I'm going to go into detail on all of these 3 things. Number 1, coming in saying good morning has never killed anybody. Keep it short and sweet. A lot of times you can just break the ice, break up the monotony of the day, even brighten somebody's day by just a little good morning or have a good day, whatever. Keep it short. You do not have to talk about what you had for breakfast, who cut you off in traffic, what argument you and your sister had, or what health condition your mom or yourself has, because what you're doing is jumping off into territory where you're giving leverage to your coworkers to use against you later. So always remember, rule of thumb, just be cordial, less is more. Number 2, only attend mandatory after work workplace functions. And the reason why I say this is attend those mandatory functions because it ends up making you look good and it keeps the drama and the pressure off of you. Because if you do not go to the mandatory functions, you're going to have people asking, what's your problem? You're not a team player. You're going to have more heat coming on you than heat staying off of you. Now, this is where it can take a left turn. If you actually go to the non-mandatory work functions after work, that's when things are going to get dicey, because if you start drinking with these people, eating with these people are going to be all up in your mix, all up in your business. And now just remember, less is more. The only time that you should want to hang out with these people if these are good people and they have proven themselves. Other than that, you do not know these people well enough to be going out with. And yes, I know some people say, well, that's why you go and you get to know people. I would say that's risky business, especially with people that you only see for increments of time throughout the day. You don't really know these people. And then lastly, never share what you actually like about your job. And the reason why I say this is because it will be the most unlikely people or the unlikely person that will go out of their way to sabotage your happiness. I have 2 examples of this. The first one was when I worked at Target years ago, and I happened to disclose to the manager that was working that night at the time and a couple of people that I was working with that I just loved working the fitting room because it was easy. I knew what to expect. I was excited and I was looking forward to it. And little did I know that bothered her. So I remember we had a huddle that night. And by the end of the huddle, what she decided to do was, very last minute, she was like, Ashley, I'm going to have you work the register and work the floor, and I'm going to have such and such go and work the fitting room. Mind you, the girl did not want to trade places with me, that she had assigned to go do my duties in the fitting room. So it ended up looking like a pigsty back there. But just because I shared what I liked about my job, my manager was like, nah, you ain't going to be living your best life while the rest of us, we ain't living our best life. So we gonna make you live in misery like us. A second example of this was when I worked at Home Depot. And while working at this job, I worked there for 3 years. I distinctively remember this guy asking me if there's one thing that you could do that would just make you so happy and just kind of like give you the zeal to keep going to work every day, what would it be? And I told him, I was like, yeah, I really want to work in human resources. And he was like, yeah, I get that. Do you want to work here? Do you want to work somewhere else? And I was like, I really want to work here. Well, I had found out that the lady who was working in the role at that time had been looking for another job because she didn't like the job anymore. Well, one thing led to another. I want to say it was probably less than a week later, I heard her gallivanting down the store talking about, I just love my job. I'm so glad I have this job. I love my job. never ever talked like that, never presented herself that way before. So I knew, oh boy, had went back and ran his mouth because he act like he couldn't face me or something. You know, that awkward encounter that you have with somebody when you know they've been talking junk. So that's the vibe that I had with him. But so all that to say, just be mindful of what you share with people. Don't tell people too much. Like I said, less is more, because there's so many jacked up, miserable people out here that just want to bring you down in their misery with them. Because as the old saying goes, misery loves company. So yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share this video. And if you like this video, let me know, and I'll be putting out some more. Bye.